Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Crypto for Starters YouTube channel. Today, we are going to have Christine on from Escapeverse, an up-and-coming NFT project and metaverse project, something that a friend of mine sent to me, and I started looking at and kind of got excited about. So I messaged them, and we're going to have them on and ask some questions, go over the project, and see what everybody thinks. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Christine in, and we will get started. Good afternoon, Christine. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you, Alex?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Welcome to the show. And I'm excited to go through the project. And, the more and more I look at the website and go through everything, the more I have, questions and want everything explained to me, So we'll give it just a minute, let some people trickle in, and then we'll get started.
And you're able to hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Yep, perfect.
All right.
Yep. Just gonna check a few things here.
Not where I usually am, on the whole other side of the world. So I'm just making sure I've got.
Yeah, and no kidding. So you over there for work or?
No, my family, we've been planning for the last year and a half because we've been stir crazy with COVID. We wanted to go to Rome and Florence and Naples. So we're in Rome, Italy right now. We were just at the Vatican. It's hot out.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
It's, I read, you had mentioned that you have children, right?
Yep.
Offline.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't ever take a stroller to the Vatican ever.
Really?
Because
Why?
there are at least 500 steps, I think, altogether.
Yeah.
We had time.
That makes sense. Maybe a carrier of some kind.
Don't be jealous of that.
Oh, that's funny.
But obviously the work doesn't stop though. So.
Yeah, no kidding. Yep. Yep. All right. Well, we've got a few people in here, so let's just get started. So why don't you can you just start by kind of introducing yourself and kind of tell us your background and maybe how you got into this?
Absolutely. So my name's Christine. I'm fully doxxed. My background, before getting into the project, my background is as an escape room owner in the Pacific Northwest of the U.S. And I'm also, I have a bachelor's in both business and psychology. And I apologize for my toddler that you might be able to hear right now. But in addition to that, in 2012, when I graduated from college, the economy wasn't the best, so I enlisted in the Air Force, and I was actually a crypto linguist. And so that kind of introduced me to the fun puzzles and things of that nature. And so I've got a crypto linguistics background now on top of my escape room and business and psychology. And so all of that together equals the Escapeverse.
Nice. That's
but there awesome is the other side of it. I do have a Thank you. I do have a co-founder. He's not doxxed. His name is Wiz, and he is a fellow escape room owner in the same area. And his background is very much NFT, crypto, marketing, and engineering skills that really help with the technical side of things. And so that truly is our powers combined, making an excellent utility-based creative project.
That's awesome. And thank you for your service. There is a project that I'm involved in, events and giving back to veterans. So my family is full of veterans, and so we just want to thank you for your service. But man, the background that you just gave is very interesting. I mean, when I hear Escapeverse, I think escape room, right? That was my first thought when I saw this. And we have an escape room just in town here.
Right.
And that's the first thing I thought of. So when you said that you owned an escape room business, I was like, well crap. I wasn't really expecting that, but it makes sense. Everything I feel like comes together, and I'm like, okay, well that makes sense now. So, but that's awesome. that you're a business owner as well, so you know kind of how things work as far as business goes, and doing an NFT project and a metaverse project is still a business, right? So to me, that's big that how that works,
big time.
and how that's gonna kind of play out in the end a little bit. So let's just jump right into it. Kind of I guess NFTs are first, right? Is that what's going to come first as far as what's going to play out um, for the Escapeverse?
Utility comes first.
Utility comes first.
If we're going on the website, it's utility. Yes.
Let's do it. Yeah,
so,
let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Well, the overarching thing about the Escapeverse is that we plan to be the premier puzzle destination in the metaverse. We have a twist to it, though, and it's where you can build your NFT's IQ on chain and get rewarded for it. And so, as mentioned here, we're the first community to gamify your IQ. So basically, what we've done is in our metadata of our 10K collection, we have various rarity and also levels of IQ. And so you play our game, which is one of the utilities we're rolling out. And we have a game where you can earn brain cells by playing these puzzles, to which once you've earned enough brain cells, you can actually burn them into IQ and change your NFT's metadata on chain. And so the first 3 utilities that we're rolling out, if you were to scroll down just a little bit there, is talking about everything I just touched on. We're rolling out a game. It's called the Escapades, and we are releasing chapter 1 2 weeks after mint. And basically, the overall, at least Escapades part of it, part 1, is the Puzzleton Mansion. And we have lore that's been written by a professional writer. She's a friend of mine. She has taken a step back from the project for right now, just because she wrote everything. But basically, yes, there's an explosion that happens at the Puzzleton Mansion. And this mansion consists of 6 grown siblings and their parents. And basically, the sibling knowledge in their own way. And so we have actually 6 genres represented. You've got historical, horror, mystery, mystical, adventure, and sci-fi. And so we display puzzles that correlate with those genres. And chapter 1 is the history level. And so we get deep into the lore with that. It is a very well-established, connected story with our puzzles. So we're excited to kind of unfold that story more and more as we get further into our project. But with the utility, with the Escapades, they are well-designed, well-researched puzzles. They correlate with both your left brain and right brain ways of thinking. And so the second utility that we are rolling out is to build a brain-balanced community. And that's because it's important for people to know, and that was, up a little bit. It's important for people to know what type of thinker they are. And this helps you in real life drastically, because knowing what type of thinker you are, it means you can improve yourself to become more brain balanced, but also you can seek out teams that complement you. So this is something that we might roll out eventually to employers. Potential employers can then know if there's a designator to know if you're left brained or right brained, to see what they're looking for. Mm-hmm. It could also be just looking at the elite puzzle team that you want to create, to know what that is. Or in other communities, like we've joked a little bit on Twitter already, we called out the Bored Apes, saying, you're a Bored Ape, but are you included in the Escapeverse? And so just to see then, because they'd be able to designate if they're left or right brain and how many brain cells and how high their IQ can be. But so we're excited about that for friendly competition, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Another half of that, though, with brain balanced community, though, is focusing on mental health as well. Web3 is big on mental health, and we are no exception, especially with my psychology background. We want people to be able to escape from reality. Pun intended. I know I'm awful. I know, but We want people to be able to escape from the daily pressures in the crypto world. You don't want to be staring at graphs and charts all day, or doom scrolling Twitter just to get the latest scoop on stuff. We want people to have some downtime and to be rejuvenated by our puzzles. And so
Yeah.
that's a community that we're fostering as well. And
Yep.
then the third part that I talked about with being able to change your NFT's rarity, that you are in control of it, is something that you don't see very often in the NFT world. So we're really excited about that. Plus, we're only releasing 7,500 NFTs initially, and that's because the additional remaining are going to be available for players who play the escapades, reach 100 IQ minimum to be able to mint at the original mint price, another brand new NFT. So
All
we're
right. So it's kind of
in
like
this
a
for the long haul.
bonus. It's kind of like a bonus then.
Yep.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I mean, that's pretty amazing. You're building a community just based off of, well, for building teams to kind of compete against each other, but you're also in that you're going to create a community alone. So I think that's pretty awesome. And to be able to actually change your NFT on your own terms and yourself based on you is pretty amazing. It's kind of like making your own NFT customized to yourself. Like you said, I don't know how many other people are doing that. I haven't heard of that. Um, Rad might chime in. She's the one that sent me your guys' information and stuff. But that's awesome to me. I think that's cool because I can make it however I want it just based on my own pretty much thinking. So I love that. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Um, so
Well,
once
and it is. Oh, sorry. Go on.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it is starting with, changing your NFT's IQ and making your NFT more rare. Right now, it's just the IQ that's changing, but some future utility might make bigger changes. So
we'll have to watch out for that for sure. Um, so the whitelist up top, it says soon. Do you guys have? I mean, next couple months. I mean, you don't have to give me a date, but I mean, should we be looking out like definitely this year, or kind of what kind of time frame do you guys think you're going to be on?
So it depends on interest, really. So once we've reached 1,000 followers on Twitter, we're opening our Discord. But we have been doing some whitelist giveaways already in our Twitter Spaces, and so we've got 4 people on our whitelist so far, and we're doing a Twitter Space later tonight, actually, for number 5.
Awesome. I'll have to check that out. Okay, cool. All right. So I'll have to watch out for that. I'll definitely try and make the Twitter space tonight so I can listen in on what's going on and maybe try and get on a whitelist spot. So let's talk about the NFTs real quick. So they're puzzle head NFTs. I know they're being modeled obviously off after the puzzles. Now, was it you that came up with that design, or was it somebody else?
Yep. No. So I know you gotta scroll past the roadmap. Beautiful roadmap.
We'll
But
get to
if
all
you
that.
you can take a look at our puzzle heads. So, excuse me one moment. Excuse me. Uh, basically, this project has been a year in the making. My co-founder and I had the conversation last August. We were actually thinking about it the other day, that we wanted to create this project. And it took us until December to find an artist that we matched with and that really could envision what could actually make reality what we were envisioning. And so the puzzle heads are completely like my concept, but our artist, he's actually represented by his company Luminous Max, and you'll be able to see him in the team section. But my artist's name is Carlos, and he has just been magic with this. His team has been incredible. We've done so many changes and so many alterations to it, but basically, because I had started out pretty escape room heavy in the beginning concepts before opening up to the full puzzle destination, the clothing represents different escape room genres. So you've got, or themes. So you've got like your space, cowboy. You've got some like gangster in there, and also like just regular lifestyle is there. So you have like the tie dye hoodie, and you have some tattoos as well because we wanted to personalize it, and it's a lot of fun. But we have so many different themes, and I know my favorite puzzle head is my Twitter avatar, just because I'm big on adventure. But the most important thing, though, that you'll see is that they have different hats. They have 6 different hats that represent the 6 genres for those 6 suites within the Puzzleton Mansion. So that is the crown is historical, the detective hat is your mystery, and then there's the safari hat for adventure, and then as it keeps scrolling, mere magic hat, and thinking about it, there's 2 really fun ones. So the horror hat has the axe, and then there is a steampunk hat that makes an appearance. I love that hat as well. There he is in a nice gangster suit.
Right here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The orange one, actually. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then there's obviously different hand gestures, different mouths, different the clothing, backgrounds, and things like that. So those are all play into rarities, I'm assuming.
Yes, absolutely. And we had a lot of fun with it. And certain genres, certain costumes are more rare than others as well. And we have a lot of fun. Plus, you'll notice they're different colors, and that's because they're different metals. You have copper, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond.
Diamond, gotcha. Yeah, I do notice that. You have to focus on different aspects, or you won't see something. I have a feeling. That's pretty cool.
Definitely.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there, and because we wanted to make it as personal as possible.
Yeah, for sure. Do you guys know what the whitelist price and public price is going to be for these yet?
We don't. My co-founder and I have decided that we're just going to wait. It's all based on interest. So we love it. If things keep playing out, we would plan to be able to announce that within the next month or so.
Okay. Cool. I think one thing too is, I know it's been a year in the making, but the market, timing the market for a project like this can be big too, especially for the NFTs. But the market's kind of turning the other direction, and hopefully it's not a fake out. But I think there's a lot of projects that are coming out, metaverse NFT related, but they're all so different. I think that's what's great. There's another NFT project, the Clowns, that we've been into, and they just brought out suites. Now, my question for your suites are: there's going to be, you said, is there 6 or 4?
6.
6 of them. Okay. And now, are those just to be you just use those inside the mansion?
So it's going to be signified in multiple ways. First, on our Discord, once we open that, the hat that your NFT has will be your membership to that specific suite, and you'll get certain perks as we further open up our metaverse. But you'll be able to belong to one of those 6 floors. But also in our Escapades game, you can actually do a sneak peek video on YouTube recently on our Twitter, but you're able to actually see into the suites. Well, into one of them for chapter 1. But yes, it is down a little bit. That's our main promo video, which is spectacular.
We'll watch that.
Down a little bit. It does talk about our sneak peek.
I love that.
We're almost there.
Cracks me up.
Our artist has been just incredible and so passionate.
Here it is.
He's almost more dedicated than me. There it is. Yes, indeed.
Anticipation.
These are foyer doors.
Nice. Man, so I'm trying to look for, not simple, but it's not complicated either. That's one of the things I like about that is, it's going to be challenging, but maybe not so challenging either. So, man, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
We're not trying to make impossible puzzles, but we're definitely trying to make you think. So
Right.
we had a lot of fun with them. They span 5 different types of puzzles, being left brain and right brain.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would be logic and word puzzles. There's trivia, math. I always forget, even though I make them. Pattern finding. Yeah, that's number 5. Pattern finding. Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, and cryptic. Cryptic puzzles.
Like Broderson said, first mental blockchain game. I see. It's exactly. Great way to put it.
Yes. That's a wonderful way to put it. Absolutely.
IQ games on blockchain. Yeah. Memory. Yeah.
There may have indeed been memory.
Yeah. She has an attention to detail for some of these things for sure.
I like it.
Let's go back up to
go far with attention to detail.
Yeah. I'll have to get Rad on my team. Watch this real quick.
That is the puzzle convention.
All right. So that's the NFTs. All right. Let's see. I lost my train of thought with your promotional video. Okay.
It's okay. It was
roadmap. Let's go to so I can find the roadmap.
with pleasure.
Yeah, so let's go through this real quick. If you don't mind.
like our music, you can always press the.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it says here we have many exciting things planned, and we've redacted quite a few things because we're not releasing everything at once. My marketing manager has made me see very much. His name is Connor, and he's been amazing. My 2 main members, actually, I have to give a shout out, are Connor, my marketing manager, and Danny, my community manager. And they've been in spaces, they've been reaching out, and they're such an excellent pillars of support. And they put up with me because I sometimes get into creative mode and as a founder, and they bring me back to reality a little bit. So the things that I can reveal is that, of course, we are, when we do have our sales, 50% is immediately going to go into continuing our game, The Escapades. So we have part 1 already in the works. Chapter 1 through 3 are already complete, and we're just going to keep rolling those out as the game is played. But our second part 2 is going to be a much more escape room themed inspired experience. It's also going to be, you have to excuse me, I am losing my voice.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time.
I had COVID a month ago and I still have a cough. It's obnoxious. Um,
Yeah.
it's killing me. But we're starting part one as a side note is just single player, but part two is oh my goodness. One moment, please. Sorry. Part two is going to be multiplayer because puzzles are just played best with teams. And so we definitely have big plans for that. But so Mint is definitely going to help with that. But the things that and then continuing, 20% will be for partnerships, collaborations, hiring, and marketing. But the things that we can talk about right now that aren't redacted, if you'd like to scroll down to pledge your loyalty. And that is starting out to stake your claim on your mansion floor or suite by minting or purchasing an NFT. So we are doing a post reveal. So you won't quite know what you get, but you're going to be part of one of the 6 genres, and those are going to be your people. Oh my goodness, be your people. And so we have special activities planned that are suite specific. And so if you were to purchase more NFTs, you would get access to more of those in-depth conversations and puzzles specific to each genre. But that is
Okay.
where we're starting in that. And also there's going to be the 6 genres and countless ways to choose your adventure.
Okay. So when you mint the NFT, it's gonna be random, right? You're gonna kind of get what you get when you mint it.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. And then
Especially
you'll
because
be
we're talking
part of,
about I apologize, continue.
it's okay. And then you'll be part of one of the 6 floors. So if you mint 6, so you can get one of each, right? And can you be part of each floor then?
Absolutely. And that is going to have future utility. Whether it's the more NFTs you have, will definitely have its own future utility and perk in the metaverse. But also, you're able to play more puzzles eventually as well by having more NFTs. You can be completely happy with one, though, of course. We're not trying to, if you want to buy more, absolutely, you get more access. But escapades, you only need one to be able to play escapades.
Okay. Cool. That was gonna be one of my other questions was if you get more, will there be perks or utilities for that later on? So that just answered my question there. So, but I think that's great for getting people to buy more, especially if you have a decent mint price and entry price into the project, then you can buy more and you can do more. So, and then look forward to more utility and more perks later on for supporting the project. I think that's huge for a project to support the community by supporting them. So I think that's big. All
We're
right.
excited, and
So
we, of course, want to appeal to all different types of NFT investors. So those who just want one versus you get those who want to catch them all, want to collect them all. So catering to both sides.
that's awesome. Okay, so once you do that, then the games will start.
Yes, indeed. Let the game begin 2 weeks after mint. We're going to be launching the beginning of the escapades. And we're also going to be doing a contest for it. And so you'll, of course, be competing to earn the most brain cells and rank up on the leaderboard. We're going to have multiple leaderboards. They're going to be split amongst blue chip communities as well, because sometimes you just want to see how you compare to other blue chip communities.
Yeah.
And so we will have that, and we'll have daily leaderboards and weekly leaderboards. And so once you've reached, though, we're going to be launching at the end of chapter 1 or even midway through chapter 1. People will start to be eligible to go into the Gigabrain factory. which is what we call the way that you can burn those brain cells into IQ.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I was going to ask next. So you're earning the brain cells and then you're burning them to raise your IQ.
Yes, indeed.
Gotcha. Perfect. Look it up on the leaderboard. Perfect. Expanding your mind.
Yes. So the ongoing Escapades game expansions will continue to unlock the mystery within the Escapeverse. So I mentioned earlier, example part 2 is going to be more team-based, and we're doing some pretty innovative things. I'm lucky in that my artists, they're also professional game developers. They're the ones making the Escapades. And so
Okay.
I love that they're so incredible for this project. I'm so happy to have found them, and they're so passionate. So it helps with this because it just makes sense that they also know the NFT space, so it makes things easier. But they are coming up with some interesting ways for the expansions. Because I tell them something thinking it's impossible, and they're like, "Oh no, we'll do it." So we're excited about that. And then, of course, we're thinking about people they want to keep playing, and we don't want you to stop playing. So we might leave open the opportunity to replay part 1. Not quite there yet, and then we have some future utility that is blocked out about something will begin after part 1 while part 2 is under construction. So there will always be puzzles to solve.
Nice. It's funny. I was talking on, I think, a live last week. We were talking about another project, and I'm like, what other project do you have things that are redacted or shadowed out? And we're like, nothing. And then I looked at this, and I'm like, well, I'm wrong. I was wrong now. I mean, I hardly ever seen anybody do this. And then I was looking through this, and I'm like, well, crap, they're doing it. And now I have no idea what's going on later. So, no, I think it's awesome where it's like, okay, well, it must be big. It must do something big later on. So to me, it's like, okay, well, they're planning things. It makes me want to buy into a project that has future thought and big things going on, but not giving it away right away. I love that. So, but you just proved me wrong. So thank you for that. So
and you'll see more and more redacted because we have more and more plans.
Yep. I know and it's a ton of stuff. I was making my notes for the live, and I'm like, well, crap, I've got 2 pages of stuff that I want to talk about. And great. I mean, there's so much going on, and the fact that it hasn't launched yet is even better because I can come back later and do more on this project. It's not like we're halfway through it, and I'm just now getting involved, and I think it's great. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So I know there's not a ton of stuff that you guys can talk about, but we'll just keep going through here.
Mm-hmm. We can talk about that, of course, as most NFT projects have. There's going to be a store.
Yep.
And then heads will be able to congregate somewhere, but you'll just have to find out. But there's going to be a construction of the Puzzleton Mansion somewhere.
Construction. Nice. I do want to point out that I think it's awesome. The developers that you found are pretty much like, yeah, we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. They're not sitting here going, oh, I don't know. So I think I agree. That's awesome that you found them and that they're willing to pretty much do everything that they possibly can to bring your ideas and your dreams into this. I think that's great. Man.
And they've had amazing attention to detail with all of it.
Yeah. And game developers usually are. I mean, and it's also great that they're professional game developers too. As investors and people that are buying into a project, to know that you have people that are professionals and know what they're doing and are really good at it is awesome. Usually time frame comes into play with that. People that are like, okay at it. Sometimes a hard time with time frame. So that's great. So collaborations and partnerships. Are you talking like partnerships with other companies and you don't have to say any, obviously, but
so
or other projects?
excuse me. So we have some future utility, but what I can say is that I am very well connected in the escape room world, and I have an award-winning virtual escape room. I imagine others do, and that's very interesting to me. So future utility might get to see my virtual escape room somewhere. But there are many other things. We are doing some small collaborations now that we're excited about. But yes, we have plans for bigger and better and things that will truly make the ultimate puzzle destination metaverse.
Connor's here.
Yeah, I know.
We have.
So that's all I'm going to say.
You need like a safe. You need like a safe word or something. But you're doing good. Oh man, the meta picture.
If we're live right now, it'd be like Squirtbox.
All right, so coming soon. So let's talk about team. I know we talked about Wiz, NFT expert, community manager. I guess we might have talked about everybody already. Connor, who's in here. Thanks for coming, Connor, by the way. Connor was the one I was talking to on Twitter, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and then Danny, our community manager, he's trying to come in too to say hello on text. So.
Gotcha. Now, sorry. Oh, we the funny thing is, Rad and I work together on another project, and we have the same thing with our lead dev, where it's like you gotta have your finger on the mute button. You know, we joke with him all the time. You know, who's got the shop collar today? Because you know, you guys are so excited about everything that you're doing. You want to give it all the way, and you want to give it all away now, but you just can't, right? Because everything under development and all that stuff. So it's just funny that we know exactly how that is. So. Pineapple. There it is. That's ours.
I like it.
So,
I like it. Connor and I multiple times, and I'm probably in trouble now, but I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm just a very, very passionate founder.
Yeah. Well, and that's great. You can tell you talking about it. You wanting to come on here, and you know, I don't know if you've done AMAs with anybody else before. But you wanting to come on here and talk about it and putting everything out there, and you've obviously surrounded yourself with people that are also passionate. You know, they're out there in spaces for you and putting everything out there, and you know, it's this space is hard to get everything going. NFT space is hard to get. You know, I know guys that have been grinding for a year and just now finally starting to get stuff going, and so having people that support you is big. So. Yeah, if there's anything else as far as team members that you want to share, you can. Let me go to my second page. Oh, super NFTs. Is that the 2,500 that you're setting back, or is that something different?
Where is super NFTs mentioned? That might have been something we should have redacted.
So I saw it, and I wrote it down.
Maybe.
But if you don't, I don't remember where I saw it now.
Oh no, it's fine. It should be in the last one.
Here?
Probably the very last one.
Yep, here it is right here.
There we go. Okay, so we did decide to talk about that. So we have also a full white paper that is like 27 pages, and so Connor is trying to condense because I was a little too type happy, I think, with it. I'm very thorough. So I forgot I also have it mentioned here, and that's okay. Basically, what we're planning on doing, I had hinted at it earlier that you'll be able to change your NFT more and more. What we plan on doing is that if you have multiple NFTs with multiple different IQs, we're going to combine them into one super NFT. And we're still going through with our artists to see how those would look, but it could be something that has like, um, will decrease the supply by a whole lot, of course. That's
Yep.
one really big thing that's going to happen. But they're going to look really cool. Like it might be like half of the sci-fi hat, half of the magic hat too. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're going to be decreasing our supply by creating those, making everything, the whole collection, more rare.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Now, I'm assuming you can just do 2 NFTs, or you could do. Will there be a max on how many you can combine? I guess is the question I should
We're
ask.
still working through that. Yeah, we're still working through because it might look a little crazy if it's too many sticking into one. But by making I don't know. And we also want to determine how deflationary we want to make the collection too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and I think that's a really unique way to lower the supply, because when you have, say, 10,000 NFTs, a lot of NFTs out there, but if you can give somebody something cool to get, but also take, say, 10 NFTs down to one, but get something cool out of it, I think that's really cool. I mean, that's something I've never heard of. And will it be reversible, or it's once you do that, it's done?
it's done. Yep.
Cool.
We're burning them.
Yep. That's good. That's a good way to burn. I mean, that's exactly how you, I guess, burn an NFT. Never really thought about that before. It's crazy. All right. Now, when will minting of the NFTs be on this website? Do you just connect the
Yes.
wallet here, or it'll be here? Okay.
Yep. So Connect Wallet holds two purposes. One, you're going to have to connect your wallet to play the Escapades, because the Escapades is actually going to be available right on the website here on the desktop version, not the mobile to start, just as a to be aware. But also, yes, this website directly is how you're going to be able to mint.
Awesome. Great. Really easy. Now, let me see. It doesn't work. Particular wallets that you'll have to use. Like, is it only going to be MetaMask, or are you guys going to have MetaMask, Coinbase, Trust?
Right now, I believe, because my smart contract developer, I'm literally going to be like pushing the button and making the collection like next week. We're waiting a little bit just because we're thinking about pricing still, which is not a decision we have to make yet. But basically, we're just doing MetaMask for right now.
Okay.
That could change. We know it's going to be on the ETH network as well. We're not doing Polygon. So yes, as far as I know, it's just MetaMask. But if our potential holders, and once we open our Discord, really want something else, then we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. I would say probably the only other most popular would be Coinbase, but honestly, ever since I've started getting into NFTs, most of the projects only use MetaMask. How you feel about MetaMask is one thing, but I have one now just for Chronos NFTs and Ethereum NFTs. Because like I said, a lot of minting sites only have MetaMask. They don't do anything else. And one thing I learned from another developer the other day is Coinbase is like the hardest to use as far as on a contract, and Trust is the next hardest, and MetaMask is the easiest one to use. So that's why they use them. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense, because the problem we were having was with Coinbase. And he goes, this is why a lot of projects don't use it. So I don't think you'll have a problem if you just use MetaMask. Honestly, like I said, NFT community uses MetaMask for the most part anyway. So I don't think you have a problem with that. But I figured I would ask, that way I know for sure, what wallet I'm going to use.
Well, thank you, first of all. But no, plus you are the expert in this space. So it's good to know that, you believe MetaMask could be a good option.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And it's probably one of the easiest ones to use, to be honest with you.
And that makes things so much easier. I'm just going to plug in my laptop because my toddler unplugged.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just and then you're going to see them.
Awesome. Yeah, while she's doing that, does anybody have any questions? I think I'm through all of my stuff. I learned a lot more than what I found out on the website. So you know, there's probably I could probably do another video just based off the stuff that I learned. Um, but I'm excited about this. I think this will be a great way for me to use my brain more. I'm a stay-at-home dad now, so I don't go to work, and I don't do things that I normally used to do. So for me to be able to go on to something like this and play games and kind of, I guess, stimulate my brain in ways that I don't use it anymore, is exciting for me. So, yeah, yep, I agree, Connor. Minting with the burner wallet, yeah, yep. I used to call my MetaMask my burner wallet. It's because didn't use it for anything else. But yep, I agree. That's a good point to make. Yep, Rad said same thing. So let me see. Let me go through the chat real quick and just see if anybody has any questions. Anybody have any questions they want to ask? Yeah, love that too. That's probably my favorite thing about this project is that I can change my NFT just for me. It might not change any different for somebody, the same way for somebody else. So love that idea.
And it's by playing the game, and you're not guaranteed to win. You got to actually solve the puzzles, and we have it where you don't get 100 tries. So it's if you don't get enough brain cells, you can't burn IQ as fast as others. And so
Right.
yes, there's that little bit of the FOMO and the pressure with the puzzles, but they're not obscenely difficult, and it's just going to be fun to see how people do, and how much you may or may not hate me for being the main puzzle designer if you can't solve something.
Well, I think, if you play and lose, you're not losing anything, right? But if you play and win, you're winning. You're kind of upgrading brain cells. So to me, playing a game, it's not like you're putting tokens in and you're losing those tokens. Okay, you're buying an NFT, you're playing the game, and you could earn brain cells to burn them and make your IQ go up. So you're never really losing anything by playing the game. So
That's true. It's not gambling. So
no,
just
definitely
fun.
not. Definitely not. I mean, I don't know how you came up with this idea, but it's something that I never would have thought of personally. But coming from your background of being a business owner with what you do and your background in the military, I mean, I can definitely see how you put those two together. So I think it's a great idea. I am looking forward to it. I'll make sure, I'll definitely watch out for the spaces so I can get in there and keep learning more and keep pushing it too. Because I think this is something that we all could use. It's all fun. It's competitive. It's helpful. So, but is there anything else you'd like to
And
say
I
before?
do have two things to mention. One is about the IQ. So the IQ is for entertainment purposes only. We cannot change your actual intelligence quotient. If we could, we would not be an NFT project. We would be straight up Brave New World, and no one needs that. So no, it is for fun. We cannot make you drastically smarter. Or we can, you never know. But we can make you at least have your aha moments when you solve a puzzle. Yes, we like to give that. And then the other thing has completely and utterly escaped me about it's gone. Creativity and the 21 weeks pregnant. Well, oh, there it is. It's back. So being a business owner, we took a business mindset, my co-founder and I, and it's essentially like when creating a business, you have to be able to have a proper plan that you could present to like a bank. Instead of the bank, though, we made our white paper, and we're so ready to give that to like potential holders and investors. Like we have a very well designed plan. Nothing is an afterthought. We're not we're not trying to overpromise and underdeliver, and so that's why we're redacting things. And Connor is constantly telling me not to get too excited because I get very excited. But we we put in genuine thought to this, real thought, and we want this to be successful. As any entrepreneur wants their business to be successful, my escape room is going to be 5 years old, and it's very successful. And we want the Escapeverse to be more successful. So that is one thing that I'm very proud of. That having that business where we sound as possible.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, the popular saying in crypto and NFT projects in general is, you know, we want everything yesterday. And that's something that I think projects are taken into account more and more every day, as far as not over promising and under delivering. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a realistic goal and roadmap, and also white paper to go along with it. You know, so the investors know and your community knows that, hey, this is when we're going to get it, and it's realistic, and so you can follow through with it. And hey, you know, under promising and over delivering is way better. So you guys can come out with something quicker. That's even better. But I do have one question: the white paper, will that be released to the community at some point?
Yeah, at some point, yes. We are, again, once we reach 1,000 followers on Twitter, we'll be able to open our Discord, and then from there, as we get more momentum, we'll of course release. The paper is done. It is just a wall of text, pages upon pages, and so we're making it more friendly and more palatable, because while I'm passionate, not everyone is going to be as passionate as I am about reading every little bit. So we do have that though, and that's been it's been done for a couple months actually. We tweak things because we get ideas and we make things better.
Mm-hmm.
But that is there. And I also wanted to say one other thing, and it's gone again.
Baby
I do
brain
have
is
to
real.
say that I just remembered. Well, it really is, and being like a brick and mortar business owner and a very passionate NFT founder, and also 21 weeks pregnant, makes it interesting. Plus 95-degree weather in Rome has been fun. But I did want to say that as an entrepreneur, when we're passionate about something and we have a business credit card, we're like, let's do it. And so we've definitely um, sunk our life savings into this. It's not something that it's just all talk. Like, we've put in the effort, and because we believe in it. And it's also very important that the majority of our team members, like, we're all doxxed. We're not here to rug anyone. I hate that. And I can't believe that it's still happening, and it breaks my heart. And so that's why, like, I put myself up there. And when I was interviewing for other team members months ago, so many kept saying, yeah, we got to mint in the founder rug, and it enrages me. And I don't know if I'm extra sensitive, like with my prior military background, just because integrity first. Like, I hate it. And so I really just want to convey, and my other team members want to convey, that, you know, we're in this for the long haul. We're not going anywhere. We have a tag. It's like, the real puzzlers are in NFT town. But really, the Escapeverse is here to stay. We just are ready for more people to get on board and see where our adventure takes us.
Yep. Yeah, and I agree with the whole rug pulls and all that stuff, you know, with the integrity part. And you know, that's why I started my channel originally about a year and a half ago now, was to just educate people on projects and give them information. I'm not here to tell you to go buy this project. I'm here to tell you, like, hey, if you buy this, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get this out of it. You know, so I want to help people in whatever way I can. When someone has a problem with a wallet, they can message me and I'll help them with it. When I first started, no one was willing to help me. I messaged people over and over again and just had to figure it out. And eventually I did. But I'm like, this is stupid. If we can all come together and help each other and grow the communities together, it'll grow so much faster. I say this probably every video I do, every live. You know, I'm part of a group of content creators, we call ourselves, that are trying. We're smaller. We're not these guys that are charging $100,000 for 12 videos or anything like that. We are just trying to make a difference and change the way people see us. We don't want to be influencers. We want to be content creators. I want to create content for your project to show people, hey, they had a problem with this, but they fixed it. Or, hey, look, they just did this. It's all going according to plan. And so that's what I'm here for, and other people that I'm involved with. That's what we're here for. So, anytime you guys want to come back on and do another video or talk about anything, message me. We do community streams on Thursdays where we just have projects on, or community members, and we talk about whatever projects. You want to come on for 10 minutes and say, hey, this is what we're doing different. Or hey, we're releasing this. Shoot me a message. Come on, you can talk, and then you can leave, So, but that's what I'm here for. If there's anything I can do to further you guys or to help you guys out, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that. I don't charge anything. So, you'll get services from me as far as videos and stuff like that for free. So anytime you need something, you just let me know. And hopefully we see this thing going pretty soon. But I will let you go. I know you're away and still recovering from COVID, so we'll let you go. But thank you so much for coming on. I look forward to this releasing and going forward, and I'll continue to keep a close eye on it and see what happens from here.
Thank you. And I would like to say, again, thank you so much for having me on. And I'm absolutely open. All of us are open to feedback from your community that you've fostered. And, whether that's just reaching out to us on Twitter, at the Escapeverse, or through you. I'd love to know honest feedback, just because we care about what people think. So,
yep.
And what you think. And so far you say nice things. It's okay. You can me. I can accept it.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I don't. I love being on here and talking to the actual team itself. It's different than just messaging back and forth, to be able to put a face to a project and be one of the founders of it. But as far as I can tell, I mean, until we get to launch and we start buying NFTs and we start playing games and stuff like that, I don't have a problem telling you, like, hey, if I had an idea, I'd send it to you, and you can either take it or not, or a problem. I wouldn't have a problem saying, hey, this isn't working. I can't get on here. I can't get into the room to play a game. Whatever the case is, I don't have a problem saying that. I think the only way you're going to fix it is for people to tell you what's going on. So
absolutely,
I think that's great.
No, thank you for your honesty. I look forward to seeing it throughout the life of this project.
I bet everything you guys have done and all the work you put in, I can't imagine how much you just want it to be there so it can be out to everybody and just get going with it. So again, like I said, I can't wait for it to come out. I'm excited for you guys. I think it's going to be a solid project, but I'll keep covering it. And like I said, anything you need from me, you let me know, and we'll make it happen. All right.
Awesome. I also had a toddler tantrum. So she's very passionate about the project as well. But no, I love it. Thank you so much for your support. And I'm excited as you are to see where this goes.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. And hey, part of crypto is having kids, and we all get it. I bet one of mine's probably roaming around the house somewhere. But we'll let everybody go. We'll let you go. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight and listening to Escapeverse. Watch out for more videos. I agree, Rad. Let's see inner workings of the game. It feels familiar. Yeah. So it's bringing something that from the real world into the metaverse, which is great. So
I played over 100.
What's that?
Oh, I was to say, like, I've played over 100 escape rooms. My escape rate is sitting at like 45%. That's just because my team and we like to sabotage each other. But yeah, I'm glad. Like, I love that there's the themes that are recognized for the escape room inspiration. But we are going to cover all puzzles. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I can't wait. All right. Well, again, thank you, everybody, for coming on and watching. Thank you, Christine. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great day, everybody.